Thug child is something that spun off of my dissertation research on Tupac Shakur's concept of thug life. And so from that research came thug child. And see, what thug child is the basic belief that inside each and every one of us, there's a child that's wounded. There's a child that's hurt. There's a child that's crying. There's a child that's reaching out for help. There's a child that's seeking safety. That's a child that's looking for love or validation. And we often build up this wall, our persona, that I call a thug. And the reason I call it a thug, because the thug is the thing that I see that we often point the finger at. That we often like to blame and look at and say, oh, look at that thug, look at their behavior. But oftentimes we ignore our own thug and the behaviors and the complications it's causing in our life. So when I say thug child, I'm referring to that child that's wounded, but also that thug that was put up to protect that child inside. And so your thug may be the type of thug that goes from relationship to relationship to relationship because the child in you weren't loved the way they thought they should have been loved. That your child in you is still wondering why your parents weren't around the way you thought they should have been around. See, you may have the type of thug that explodes and fights easily and end up hitting the wall because the child in you never learned how to deal with that anger or resentment because your dad wasn't in your life how you thought he should have been in your life. See, you may have the type of thug that has sex quite frequently because the child in you grew up believing that was the only thing you was good for after you was molested. See, you may have the type of thug that pushes everybody away, that tells, people that you don't allow people to get close to you because the child in you is still grieving over all these people in your life that you cared about that end up leaving or end up dying. So when I say thug child, I'm referring to the defenses that you put up to protect the child that was wounded inside. And so oftentimes what I tell you is to stay royal, and basically what that means is the king and queen that's inside each and every one of us begging to be out. Can't get out because the thug is scared to let it out. See, because you might have the type of thug that drowns himself in work, or the type of thug that doesn't go after your dreams because the child in you was told at one point in time that you'll never amount to anything, that you shouldn't dream too big because somebody like you could only reach to this level. See, we all have this thug persona that we put up that keeps our greatness from getting out because we scared of the child's going to get hurt more, that's going to get wounded more, that's going to become disappointed more. And so that's thug child. And so with thug child consulting, our goal is to simply educate people so that they can have the tools and the knowledge and the awareness. It's simply to provide awareness to people so that they can heal the child inside, so that they can tell the child it's okay, you don't have to fear anymore, so that they can help calm that child down so the thug don't have to protect the child anymore. So now the king and the queen that's inside each and every one of you can finally come out, and your greatness can come out, and you can leave your mark in the world. That's thug child.